You know what's weird is that because I don't have any like underline like talking on that, it don't mute the mics. So the last time we recorded, all I heard was me sniffling and everything while that
It's like
presentation was happening. Yeah, and it's like if I play the other one because I'm I'm saying like, hey, like and subscribe, it'll mute us.
Yeah,
because it has audio in it. So I'm gonna have to throw some drums or something on that
we
get that one ready.
Yeah, we got to get a like a drop of
get that one ready.
Yeah, we'll put something in there.
Get something in there, but man, we just had another. We had two Star Wars things, but really we had an episode of the we had an episode of the we had an episode of the Mandalorian.
Yeah, interesting.
It started off as the Mandalorian.
This amalgamation of shows. I didn't know they was gonna do that.
They should have had. They should have started off like last week on previously on Andor. They should have gave us
because
like how I had an Andor vibe.
Looking at my phone like
what just happened? Because it went from
Andor like Andor season 1.5. Like
man, what cash in that?
How we get honestly,
and we go get to it.
Yeah,
I thought 100%. I feel like this was probably a drop because of the way it went. I just knew we was getting Mon Mothma.
I was waiting for him. Yeah,
I'm like, where's she at? Like, we had the New Republic. We doing all this. We talking about amnesty programs. I sound like something she would have invented.
Should be alive.
They were talking about decommissioning. And I guess at this point in time, the New Republic wouldn't have been the capital. Wasn't on Coruscant. It was on. I forget the. I'll tag it. It was somewhere else. I think right at this time, after like 5 years, it went to that other world or other core world planet.
Wow.
But I was 100% thinking like, oh, we about to. Once we go into this because we went into the place where they said, you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis? Like we went into
you heard the music. I was like, damn, y'all thought we was gonna get the opera with the little tentacle things going through the bubble and all that. Like, damn,
she would be in the opera. I just knew, man. But
that was Attack of the Clones all over again, bro.
Yeah, or
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, I was on episode 3, but it was like. When it start off hot, right? They come in and we like that, and that was the first thing that they ever did too. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like where they actually pick up in an episode exactly where they left.
It was, yeah.
I feel like that was the first time that happened, and since we and all the Mandalorian, in the Mandalorian situation, I don't feel like that's been a thing before.
Nah,
I was trying to think like, did anything? I'm sure like the Frog Lady episode when we started off the next episode, they were flying over and trying to get back to
that was the closest
that planet, but it wasn't like we left exactly where they left off. Like I was just watching that the other day with your boy. Man, it was slumped in the sea. They had like, we done reached the planet. So it was like, this was like the first one where they actually and we cut exactly where they basically start where we left off, and we see. And then Boaz, Mandalorian, the Andalorian. She has Mandalorian. Let me change that. She has the Mandalorian. Or then, did you see anything down there? Right. She asked him that, and he just like, I saw a concave or something to that effect. And he was like, he basically like, should I have seen something?
She was like, no,
never mind. So before I ask you like your thoughts of the show, like what did you take? Like, how did you take? Did you take anything from the way she kind of broached that? Like, do you think that was like some shady thing she was doing, or she was like still kind of like shocked, maybe like, damn, I just saw a mythosaur. Was it the mythosaur?
Yeah.
I just saw a mythosaur, like. But do you think it was shady the way? Because at the end, I was maybe she kind of being shady about that. I don't know. What did you, or did that even raise? Did you even like?
Nah, I knew she was. I wasn't surprised that she did that because she wasn't. She's still in this mode of like, I don't want to admit that I'm having this experience and that I'm seeing these things and in person, and she's still,
like she don't really want to. She been so stubborn against it. Maybe she not even trying to like seem like she coming to that side.
Yeah, she didn't want to give him that one. Like that wasn't meant to sword down there. She just because he would have took it as like, oh, this is the way. She wanted to. I think she just wanted to get him out of the cave. Like, all right, you bathed in the waters now. Let me get you out of here.
That makes sense.
So it's like I think she just tried to downplay it a little bit, but she knows what she saw. And because at first I was like, how could he miss that? You know what I mean? But that's like, I guess he could have missed it if he just fell that way, and he really didn't get a chance to like shine his helmet light on anything. So it's like she saw it when she was coming up. So it was, at first I was wondering like, how could he miss it? But it makes sense when you think about it.
So I'm wondering like, did Din just fall?
Yeah, what did she say? What was his excuse?
Because he took off the pack, right? They always if Din, I guess we know this now. If Din take off the pack, something about to happen.
Something about that. Because
I just
every time he take off the pack,
that's gonna be part of the plot. Because Boba told him for whatever reason. When I rewatched the episode with the Boba episode, right, where Boba got nasty, and it was like Boba told him like said that thing. He said his line like, "I'm just a man traveling through the universe like my father before me." Just a simple man.
Yeah, I'm just a simple man.
Just a simple man. Like my father before me. And then it was like, I got my shooter up there. And he was like, put your gun down. Told him to put the gun down. He was like, you take off your jetpack. And when you really watch that now, he's like, why the hell would Boba want him to take his jetpack off?
So like get busy with the jetpack.
Yeah, I guess so. Like it's part of, but like him taking his jetpack, he can't get the Grogu when Grogu started to get caught, right? So
he can escape and all that.
That's the reason why he can't get the Grogu. Didn't take that jetpack off. Then he took it off this time, and all of a sudden he just falls to the bottom. I was under pressure and he got pulled. But for him like to not notice anything.
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question I would throw back at you is, did she lie to him and she was like, "Oh no, that was seismic activity." Looks like seismic activity triggered the Earth. What was it? The bombing triggered some seismic activity. Did she just tell him that to sort of sway him away from realizing that he got pulled down, or was that
maybe
was that like accurate?
Like changes, yeah. That's why I don't know, like because it seemed like he got pulled when you watched the previous episode, but the way he came to, like, I just, it was like it almost like the way he said his line, it was almost like he thought he's like,
he's like, I didn't
drop. But I feel like Mando ain't gonna just drop in some water, right? Like even without the pack, he gonna like if it was me who don't know how to swim at all, I'm sinking to the bottom.
Right.
But like Mando could, but so I maybe like, did he get pulled or did he just fall? Was he in a trance? Was he on some spice? Like what was going on that he came to and he's like, and he was like rattled, like he was out. Yeah, he was out.
It looked like he got yanked, man. Like
he had to get pulled and like he hit the ground and he got concussed or something.
Knocked him out.
He don't know
knocked the air out of him. Yeah, he was down there slumped.
Because that's the only way he couldn't see. Because even in water, like you're not gonna just sink down like that
fast. Yeah, he hit the bottom. I mean, it wasn't like
he was on the bottom of the floor.
Like he was just floating, and he went all the way to the bottom. I think something pulled him down. I think it was the pulling him down.
So then they get out. They traveling back. She talking about like they offer you a feast or whatever, and all of a sudden they start to act, and then now they having a day in a dog fight, and it was TIE interceptors, right? Was it TIE interceptors?
All TIE interceptors, yeah.
TIE interceptors show up, and they take it. Now it's action, and then we get to see the scenes we saw from the
trailer.
From the trailer, right? Yeah. They got this dog fight happening.
Yeah,
and
it was great.
He jump out the
shit was off the chain.
He jump out the I can't forget what her ship called.
The gauntlet.
He jump out the gauntlet. Yeah. He get to the N1, and then it's on. Like we on fire right now. Like they shooting down.
This movie.
He's shooting down ships. Yeah. And then when she did that move, when they finally got to that last one,
where one of the arms came up.
And like, she kind of like wheeled back and like, and like everybody in their element, like, so like this is dope, like this is incredible, right? And then they And then even to the point, I think was it before? I got a theory, right? Grogu first word gonna be "This is the way," because he really tried to say it.
When did he try to? Hold on. When he
remember when they was like, she was like, "You want to? I would invite you over for a feast, but you're not gonna. I know you're not gonna take the helmet off."
Yeah, she did say that. Yeah,
yeah. This is the way. She said, "This is the way." Grogu did his Google stuff. Grogu first word is gonna be "This is the way." I'm putting it on the board right now.
Wow.
I'm putting it on the board.
That's a good one. What's gonna be Grogu's first words?
Ain't gonna say "This is the way."
Man,
Grogu a Mandalorian.
Man, yeah, Grogu.
Yeah, he a Mandalorian, man. Let's not even.
You got him saying, "This is the way." I got Grogu getting the helmet.
Yeah, I got Grogu one of those.
With the ears, put a little spot for the ears to stick out, and they just go.
He eat too much, man. I wonder if he's gonna really be bound down with the way, like that boy. Yeah,
I think they're gonna. Which we know we talked about that. I think they're gonna kind of do away with that eventually, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, so just like, and then like they knock them out, and then like all of a sudden we get them TIE fighters come back and they just blow up the. Basically, it was like a gang of. So then we got to this point where it's like
they got to escape.
Who really coming that boat like that?
Yeah, because they
like who coming their house like right? That? Because they bombed her crib. Like that was because they had no reason to run up on Bo and Mando and Grogu, and they wasn't. It was like they wasn't even a thing. Like I feel like if
you because they going after Bo, like she killed everybody that when she robbed the ship, when she robbed and took that ship, did she kill the crew or? Didn't they?
Well, well, they knocked off all those. Stormtroopers, and then the head of the ship. He took out the 2 pilots.
Yeah, that's right.
He was "Long live the Empire."
That's right. And
he
killed himself
out.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
kind of thing.
Are there any survivors who would be like, "Hey, Bo robbed us. We need to get revenge on Bo, or we need to, Bo's a problem." I mean, I'm pretty sure, like she said it, like she alluded to it.
But they ran up on her crib, like who know, like she been there this whole time, like why today, right? Like why now, right? But I mean, and I actually got some theories on that. I know they try to lead us away in the show, but we get it, and right after this, like they like then tell them like we got to bounce. It's over.
I'm gonna take you somewhere where we can.
Yeah, just get somewhere where we can lay low for a minute, like. We can't fight. It's too many. Like we cannot fight. They literally bombed her castle, but nobody's in it, right? And the next thing you know, the Mandalorian starts. We in Coruscant. Like I actually thought they was about to go to Coruscant. Like oh shit, like they about to go to Coruscant.
And they go to Coruscant too, bro. It's all the glory. Just. Boom! Here we go.
They got highways in Coruscant now. You see that shit? Like they got bridges
and they buzzing, right? Yeah, they throwing parades and
Coruscant.
They got like a convention going on and
man, a little festival.
And we
it was Bendu Day. It was Bendu Day.
Are we in the Senate? Are we where they had the opera?
Yeah, we was at the opera. We was at the opera. And you know what I thought when they started talking? I thought we were in the Senate. Because the way that person who walked in to hear the speech, it looked like they was walking into the Senate.
It looked like it.
I thought we were going to the Senate.
I thought we was in the Senate because he's giving a speech.
Yeah.
Pershing is giving a speech about, and it kind of threw me off at first because I'm looking at it, and it looked like that was him walking in almost on the speech, and I'm like, is that him? But it's him. He's giving a speech.
Yeah.
And he's talking about how. He's being, they call it the amnesty program.
Yeah.
So he's been amnestied. And he gives this speech about how he just wanted to, because he kind of always just played this role as like, oh, I'm not evil. I just want to help. And I just want to do my research. He playing the scientist role to the end. You know what I mean? Like, no, this is about my research. And I just want the clone to make organs. And he give a story about his mom and all that. And but then we cut to
dedicated his life to this type of research because of his mom's, because she couldn't get a heart transplant or something.
Yeah,
whatever Star Wars organ she needed.
Yeah,
her heart is different, and
you're right. You die from a broken heart and Star Wars. Shout out to Padme. Rest in peace, Padme. Rest in peace.
For to live. And
yeah.
Lucas, why you ain't got no mother? Yeah, she lost the will to live.
So we learned about the amnesty program, and they cut to, and it's like a bunch of former Imperials, and one of them is old girl, man. For the life of me, I've watched that episode over and over again. Now, in the beginning, they show a cut. They cut back to like a previously.
Yeah.
Was that scene in the original episode, or is that something new just for the? I couldn't remember that. Like when she was like, "What do you got for me?"
I think that's when she was talking to my man who laid the bug when he went to Navarro to get his shit fixed.
Okay, yeah.
She looked taller in this episode because remember I was saying that when we were looking at the trailer, and I was like, "Yo, that's her." But then we was like, "Well, didn't she get murked when Bo and
I thought she got murked out?" Yeah,
and then it was like she looked taller than the person.
She just disappeared though. And if you look at that episode, that finale, she just disappears. Yeah, it's like she there in one scene. Because she telling her like don't land, when they do the little, when Bo come through and she crash lands the ship, she telling her like, nah, don't do that, and then she just disappears. You never see her get murked out because they murked the entire crew. Moff Gideon say that like, I'm pretty sure you've murdered the entire crew, except for her. Like I guess she survived because you never see her die, and I always wondered like, is she gonna come back? And here she is. She back now. She's back, and she got amnesty. And at first, you looking at it like, oh, okay. Yeah, she's gonna be like a new character. I'm thinking, I'm jumping to conclusions. I'm like, oh, maybe she's like the new Cara Dune. You know what I mean? Maybe this is their answer for Cara Dune. Maybe she takes that role. She kind of buff, you know what I mean? She brolic, you know what I mean, for a chick. So
ain't she like a wrestler or something? I think that she got something that on her resume like that.
She might.
I just heard. I was watching something. Somebody brought that up. Like she got something on her resume like that.
She's like a fitness model or bodybuilder or something like that.
One of those. She ain't just.
She was jacked in man. She was jacked in that. She was in that.
Oh, that was her.
Yeah, that's her. That was the chick. The little princess chick. Warrior princess.
Yeah, she was yoked.
She was yoked. Yeah,
she was about to get those from Scott's daughter. I thought she was about to get those. She probably got those.
Yeah.
But I just thought she was swole in that.
Swole mode. So seeing this, man, and she just, bro, we start getting, slowly. It's a slow burn, man. This was very Andorish. We start burning, it started burning slow. So we just like, the episode completely slows down, and you just like, okay, all right. And they're just taking you through this whole tour through Coruscant, and they go to this convention. What was the convention again?
I know it was Bendu Week, and it was like
it was called. Was it Bendu Week?
Yeah, it was Bendu Week. Shout out to the Bendu.
Wow, that's wild, bro.
It was literally Bendu. Yeah.
I did not catch.
I think it was either Bendu Day or Bendu Week. I think it was Bendu Week.
Bendu Week.
Yeah,
I did not catch that. Wow.
Yeah. You know me. I was like, yo, we talked that up. We've been shouting out the Bendu, and
wow.
Yeah, it was that. But so they was going to so it was a whole celebration for that, right? They even went to that mountain peak that you watch Clone Wars, that mountain. They referenced that, in the where she tried to get him to touch it.
Yeah, pause.
Pause.
Yeah.
And they 100% said, but they setting up this so we could see it coming a mile away, right? Like they setting up this thing where he basically going to now what ended up happening threw me off. But like the whole setup, like you get the cook, he go outside, his cookies there. Like I want to circle something back. And it was like, I know something when I was sitting there and they went to that, and it's gonna be parts that was like super dope for me because that was literally a military situation. When they all sitting outside, and I'm talking like shoot the breeze military, because it's awkward at first when you run up on people in your unit and they all like, also where and they I'm James from Ohio. Literally that's what I was like. So when you don't even say like you only say your last name. got a funny side story about that. I work with a on my new team. Her last name is Snow, right? Her last name is Snow.
Okay.
And we have a system that we use called Snow. And that's what you it's like you gain accesses. It's like the Snow system where if you need access to this program or this thing called Snow. And somebody was sending her something that was in all caps. And the military side of her, she thought niggas was yelling at her. She was like, they came at her like, Snow, do that. And it's like, I don't even know. I just started. It's like I had I had PTSD off of that. Like, my last name is Snow. But long story short, like when I'm sitting there and I'm watching that, I'm like, yo, that I got that. I got what they were doing. And that's totally military thing. When you sitting there and you meet, oh yeah, I'm James from Ohio. I'm Thomas from such and such, and you all got like a little story, or the worst is when you already done did something and then you go somewhere else. So you already got like a little something in your bag, like, oh yeah, I'm from Korea, I'm from such and such, and then y'all do this kind of little meatup, and it's kind of like
new unit.
The only thing that was different about that is that he saw somebody that he knew, right? Like, oh, you from Guinea and shit, right? Because I was totally like, it was slow and everything, but I was like, that's a military greet for your ass when you show up and you get into the barracks or military housing. And y'all just people sitting outside on a picnic, and they like, hey, so you gotta.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, trying to play it off like.
Damn, I hope they don't even
know
where
you from. Oh yeah, shit, man. Cincinnati and shit. Yeah, you were Bengals and shit.
Oh yeah, you a Browns fan? I'm from Cincinnati, man. That's the worst.
Man, I get that all the time.
Cincinnati, man.
God, I get that all the time.
Cincinnati,
you a Brown? Hey, the Browns won yesterday. I'm like,
from Cincinnati, man.
Totally different ends of Ohio.
I remember back then it was like, hey man, when Brian did the decision, I'm like, I'm from Cincinnati. I'm not from Cleveland.
Yeah,
it don't mean nothing to me.
Don't mean nothing for me, bro.
I'm from Cincinnati.
But then, what do you think about that, man? That's your guy, right? Like, nah, man.
I'm from Cincinnati.
He's from Ohio. He's from Akron, and he playing Cleveland.
Yeah,
not anywhere near where I'm from.
So, that's damn near Buffalo. To all I'm concerned,
it might as well be Detroit somewhere, bro.
I'm here. I'm down bottom. Down bottom.
South side.
Yeah, I'm down bottom.
East side, west side, whatever. Yeah.
But they going through all that. But like you say, it's going through, and they just building to that to ultimately. But there was a heel turn. Really wasn't a heel. It was just a heel turn. What she was setting him up. She set him up, right?
But it's like a double. It's some double agency, right?
Like
a double agent. It's a double agent, right?
Think that the when she got that nod from the Republic guy, to me it seemed like they was both in on it. Like it was an in on it thing. Like
that's what it seemed like. She was stone faced after that. Like it was kind of like where I know where I realized that it was the heel turn was like, or what a heel turn was immediately when she basically was like. She turned around and was like, took the thing and was like, we got you, But then where the audience really realizes it is that she's a double agent is when they hook him up to the mind flare.
Yeah.
And she turns the mind flare
she
up.
That thing off.
But she gave it away before that when she said, it's a friend and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, wait a minute, that ain't your friend. Percy was never your friend. You just admitted on the ship that this is your first time introducing each other.
Yeah,
I think they put that in there for a reason. It was like she was like, whatever her name is, Dr. Pershing. I forgot what's her name.
I can't remember her name either.
Yeah, nice to meet you. So that established that they were not friends. They didn't even know each other, right? So, follow that up with her telling the doctor. Once she told her doctor, this is my friend. Can I stick around? First of all, what doctor leaves? What doctor, first of all, lets you stick around during a surgery, some invasive surgery, and just says, oh yeah, you can stick around, and then leaves. The doctor just left, like, oh yeah.
With all the equipment on the outside.
I'm gonna just leave you in with the controls, God forbid you turn it off or something.
Yeah.
But nah, she once she said, this is a friend, he fell, or what was it? He relapsed. This is my friend. Yeah, but once she said that, it was like, okay, wait a minute. She's still she's still with the Empire. And sure enough, she turns up the mind flare all the way to the top. So Pershing done.
He cooked.
His brain cooked.
Yeah, he cooked.
He ain't got no more. Like all that cloning, everything he knew, he can't help the New Republic with it no more. And I guess that was the point, was to like for her to infiltrate and just take Pershing out. And now she about to be kind of like a sort of like a Trojan horse for the Empire, where she's just gonna double agent. She's gonna cause all types of mayhem behind the scenes. But yeah, so she eliminated Percy, and this is where the Andalorian come in. We like, damn, that was a slow burn to get to that. In typical Mandalorian fashion, we would have figured out she was a double agent within the first 10 minutes. She would have, she would have showed her colors immediately and took Pershing out. But for us to go, and this was the longest episode so far this season. It's one of the longest episodes since like the finale in the last season.
Yeah.
It was like almost an hour long. For us to go through such a long episode only for it to end like that, it's like, damn, man, that was really some Andoring. Like they really Andored this episode, I thought of it as like, I was like, man, we got movie level dogfight in the beginning. I'm talking about, we got one of the greatest beginnings ever. Like to the point where I'm like, if this is the episode, this is about to be one of the greatest episodes ever. Snap to Star Wars version of pretty much the Twilight Zone. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, I didn't know I was getting an episode of the Twilight Zone. At first, I was kind of thrown off. Like, what the fuck? I was like, what the hell did I just watch? I'm like looking at it. I'm like, did I just watch that? Like, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
And then I had to watch it again and be like, oh, okay. Well, she's obviously a double agent. And this whole thing was just to discredit him and to be able to basically take him out without murdering him, without just flat out assassinating him. You wanted to first assassinate his character. It's very Andorish. This is something we would more than likely see on Andor. We would usually see this on Andor, where the Empire assassinated the man's character, then destroyed his mind. But he's still alive. But they're gonna go in there and he's gonna be a vegetable now. But then you think, the reason I throw the Twilight Zone in there, then you think it was kind of weird. Then you think the Mon Calamari guy was acting weird. Was that just me, man? But then was he? What they were like? First of all, it's weird as hell that the New Republic is using mind flares on people. Like, yeah. It's just weird. And then the way that the Mon Calamari guy was acting, he's like, "Don't worry about it, son." He was like, "I've had this surgery, and it's refreshing." It's an invasive surgery, but it's like I didn't get where that was going. I'm like, are they trying to, like, did he? First of all, who is he? Why did he get the surgery, and why is he now administering the surgery?
And why did he need that? Why did Percy need that?
Why did Percy need that?
Like y'all called him doing something. We're gonna wipe the memory of him doing that out, and he do it again. I didn't understand why they was
like, do it make you less aggressive?
It was like, why would he need whatever they called it before? Because they didn't call it. No, it's not a mind. Percy said it. It's a mind flare. Y'all gonna wipe my
mind flare. He said no.
No, it's a mind soother or whatever it was. Yeah, but he was like, I've had it myself. It's a refreshing feeling, and it was like,
I'm like, I'm trying to understand, like, what is going on here.
I think one thing that makes me nervous, and we're gonna talk about overall thoughts of the show or the episode. One thing that makes me nervous about that, just those two, just like the couple scenes that was like one thing I thought when you talk about the heel turn is I was under the impression, and we're gonna see that she wasn't working alone when she was able to when she looked at that dude and they had not each other, she was able to take, and then she turned around and gave dude a straight face, like it was somebody else that knew what she was doing, right? Like,
I think so, yeah.
Right, like her and the main dude, that first guy that looked at her, like, You know,
what
like
I'm doing. I got
like on some sheet, like on some Hydra type of situation.
Yeah,
like you know what it is. Like you know what it is, right?
Yep.
But one of the things that makes me nervous, and I'm gonna let them see what they do, is they gonna really make the new Republic, instead of looking like it's gonna be politics and everything that took them down, which is probably what it is. It's gonna be looking like they were just incompetent.
That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? Because those two dudes was incompetent. The Mon Calamari was incompetent.
Yeah.
The doctor, Twilight Doctor, was incompetent.
Yeah.
Right.
To just leave the room.
Were incompetent. Remember in the beginning?
Yeah. Coming up to him, yes, I would. They were gonna draft me in, and imagine that. And they were kind of like, it was
that and it's this
very Andorish.
It's such a, but it was like Andor without that like
satirical, like
it was like more a little bit of that. It wasn't like Andor. We actually would have set with Baby Girl. We would have set with her with a minute and see what like her intentions was, and we'd have known like, oh, she need to wipe his mind because it's like they showing Bad Batch at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. And it's such a big thing about cloning, right? It's such a big thing about cloning. Like we're gonna get to Mount Tantus, and it's such a big thing. They need Baby Girl. They got crosshairs up under the thing. It's such a thing like cloning this. They need the what's my planet? Baby Girl.
Camino.
The Camino. They're going to get they're going to get her. Right?
The lady. What's her name? Yeah.
But they need her because they got things they doing. I guess we're probably gonna get to the Dark Troopers, like the Phase 1 Dark. But at the end of the day, they make it such a big deal. So to get to the point where we get to the guy and we get to the doctor and we want to continue his research, and then we get to the point where they go get the mobile equipment where he can come back and still continue his research, only to take him out. So as part of me, like I'm combining the two. Obviously, I shouldn't, but I'm like, so clone is a big deal. But why are we taking the doctor out like that? What is she like? They just got equipment. She could have got that equipment anytime. Like, did you need to know what he needed to use?
Right.
It was like it was just a weird. Like, I don't really know her. I knew she was like, okay, yeah, she's a double agent, but why?
Yeah.
Like maybe I'm making too much out of it. I was just sitting there. I was like, I don't know why she did that. Like,
yeah, it was kind of weird. It was like
out at any time.
I think
she got those little equipments, but it was all there anyway.
I think she just I think it was. What I'm thinking was it was just to keep it away from the New Republic and to discredit Percy.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Because she couldn't just shoot him. You know what I mean? She couldn't just roll up on him, boom, take him out. No, she needed to first make sure that plus it was like she got stripes off that because it was like, yeah, I found
maybe like
a potential threat for us. Yeah,
so
she's infiltrated the New Republic this way. Now she's gonna move like she's like already an agent for them.
Yeah,
she's already rooting out potential threats in the amnesty program, and he was one of them. So she like entrapped him into. And that's another thing. It's like, man, but yeah, it's like all that just to entrap this dude. You know what I mean? He was like trying to get out of it. And it's like, but damn, man, that's where I would agree with you that the dude was in on it. The dude had like those soldiers had to be in on it.
Like they got some other ones in it, but it's like, but that makes sense. Like when you look at it, like I'm looking at it from standpoint, like why are you not using this guy? But it ain't really never about Percy.
Nah,
it's probably just her gaining the trust, but being able to, and then I'm looking at it like she just gaining the trust, and that just makes her, she's gaining their trust, so she can just infiltrate in some way, shape, or form, or get to where they need to get to. Because they even snuck some things in, like Gideon got out, like it was like Gideon. Rumors is Gideon did this, and then like such and such.
He's supposed to go to the War Tribunal, and he made it out.
Because they said that earlier. I think they said that in the Mandalorian 2.5 season that he was going to face the New Republic tribunal. They might even said it in first episode of this season that he was going to do that. But I didn't come across thinking that was a Gideon thing. And I know I'm going a long way. I felt like that was drawn. That whole. I don't think we
I think
dealing with
so.
this kind of
Yeah,
mastermind. I don't think we dealing with Gideon in this level. I think we dealing with Thrawn.
This seems too yeah. The way they did this,
like a long down.
Yeah, that's a long.
We playing
play.
a long game.
The long
that
game.
was the long game episode.
this is very it's a slow burn. Just for the long game. Yeah, I think this seems more Thrawnish. This seems more Thrawnish than Gideon, where Gideon is probably Gideon's gonna play his part, but Gideon is lost right now. Like Gideon is probably like living on the lam, he probably running for his life right now, But this seems very calculated. Like she was placed by a higher command. She was placed in the amnesty program. And this seems like the long play. Yeah, this seems like more of a Thrawn move than a Gideon move.
It didn't seem like a Gideon masterminded plan that they working on. Again, it just don't seem like it would. I'm not saying he don't got that in him, but he has it. He shot my man who just wanted to see the baby. Like he took him out.
He blasted him out. Yeah, he do. Yeah, Gideon is not as
a hammer.
He a little bit more crude than say like a Thrawn. He's not as calculated. He'll just shoot you or slight or cut through you. He'll only like even with remember last year he was like all I want was his blood. That's all I wanted. Or the last season where all I wanted was his blood, and he was like, "Go ahead, you can take him." And he ended up just attacking him anyway, hacking at him anyway.
Yeah, that's
about as much as he's gonna give you in terms of like subterfuge. Yes. All I wanted was a drop of his blood. That's the way Carlos Esposito be saying
extra,
the way he be talking.
Interview extra. He interviewed extra, but like I could see him doing a thing with Bo just to bring out more in Mandalorian. So for whatever game that or ulterior overarching thing that Thrawn got, like, or it could be somebody Thrawn like, right, or it could be somebody just they introducing a new, but it just don't seem like Gideon. Like you call Gillen when you need to go take when he was in charge, he's just gonna go ahead and bomb Mandalore. Like he just do it just to do it. Like we're gonna get this best car. We're gonna go take this out. We're gonna do that. I wanted to inflict pain. That
was my next question too. You think that was Thrawn that bombed the house?
I think that was. I don't think it was Gideon.
It wasn't
because it was too. It was specific. It was too specific.
It's got to come from a higher. It's got to come from a higher.
Why would they need to take out? Like it's like okay, then we go and then we're gonna get to because also we're gonna get to that.
Who would know those locations like that? That's Thrawn.
Yeah. Maybe what's the name of the made some noise, whether it was Din Djarin, but like that seemed like that was a calculated thing. Because then we get to the end, right? We get to once we leave the Mandalorian, we get back to the Mandalorian, and we see Bo, Din, and Grogu. They done came up on the covert, and they show up. Paz being a prick, Paz like. Come on, Paz steak.
Paz stopped him. Yeah, Paz roll up immediately and speak for everybody. Paz only one that got lines. Him in the armor still to this day.
Ain't nobody else said something, but this is
covert continues to just walk forward. They back up. They look.
Yeah.
I think they do say this is the way collectively at some point. But
but that's about it.
That's about it. But yeah, so they get back to the covert. They get back to the planet. They get back to the covert. And right away, Paz questions Din Djarin, hey, what are you doing there? You're an apostate. And then Bo speak up. He like, man, you an apostate too. He call her Night Owl. He call her Night Owl. Based off her helmet. Like, and what about you, Night Owl? And she like, I'm Bo-Katan Kreese. Owl's Kreese.
She stepped into it when she said it every time.
Yeah. She said it with authority.
She take a step in. Like I was shocked he didn't know her, but like she stepped into that shit. Like
he immediately dismissed her. Like you an apostate too. Mando. I'm laughing, man, because it's funny how they like, man, how do y'all just got all these it's just funny how the Mandalorian works, bro. They got all these things on hand. It's like, oh, you got a thing to test the water that he brought now. Like,
yeah.
You got that. So he like, I approve.
Yeah, what the hell that witch's brew they got? Because they can put the helmet in it. They can test water.
Yeah, it's like some Harry Potter.
What the hell is
like
that
the thing,
water?
It look like the thing from Harry Potter, man, where they be like dipping they face and they can see the future and the past and all that stuff. It looked like that.
That's just Sidious had when he could remember when Yoda was doing this Force Ghost when he could talk to the Force Ghost, and then Sidious with them showing up through that water like, you got that damn Palpatine water,
Force water, but yeah. She poured her living waters. It's funny how they changed the name of the same. They got like 8 names for the same thing, right?
Yeah.
It was like, you gotta bathe in the waters of Mandalore. Then it's you have the living waters, and it's like, the waters of Mandalore. It's like 8 names for everything. So, all right, so they got he got proof from the living waters. They pour the water into the bowl or whatever, and it lights up. She like, oh. You are redeemed, and then this is the way. So we like, all right, cool, that was quick. But the surprise is Bo-Katan also, she, because the armorer, that's one thing about the armorer, she don't miss nothing. Whatever you tell the armorer, she take the whole thing into consideration. Oh yeah, but that's right. You bathed in the water. Didn't you bathe in the waters as well? Yeah, I did. Yeah. All right. Well, you one of us now. She like, but I don't walk the way. She's like, have you taken your helmet off since? Nope. She like, then you can join our covert. She make it clear to her everything. She speak very clear to her. She make it clear that you're free to go when you want, but you are part of the covert now. You know what I mean? And I like the line. She's like, you can live. You can live like your ancestors did. No protest really outside of her just telling her that she don't walk the way. No protest from Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan like looking around, people touching her and shit. You know what I mean? That was kind of weird. You in the crew now, everybody kind of patting her on the back, but kind of touching her at the same time. She kind of like,
Bo don't seem like touchy Philly.
Nah, Bo like keep your space. You know what I mean? I'm a trained killer, but she a part of the crew now, man. She a part of the crew, man.
Signet. Yeah, and maybe the only reason she even like when she said that ancestor line is like, I actually seen a mythosaur. Like, I've been fucking with y'all about it the entire time. Yeah. I see the mythosaur. I ain't got shit else. Mythosaur is real.
The mythosaur is real. I think that's why she kind of
is real.
Yeah. My house got bombed. I really ain't got nowhere to go. I'm on the run. So thinking how Bo thinks it would behoove her to stick around for a little while and see how this play out, because really ain't no other alternative. It's like if I go back on, I try to leave. I'm just on the run like I always am. I'm a woman without a planet anyway. So she, this is now she's back with. She's with a covert now. After previously sunning them, last season,
100%.
Now it's like, oh damn. So it was that was kind of a twist, you know what I mean? Where I was like, damn, we as soon as we get back to this, like the beginning and the end of this episode are like the best, some of the best, in my opinion, some of the best Mandalorian ever. I'm talking episode 5 and 6 of Book of Boba Fett level of just like storytelling and just action, and the combination of everything that make the Mandalorian great is in the first and the beginning and the end of this episode. They bookend this episode with just greatness. That middle part was just, it was weird to me. It wasn't bad. It just, I'm gonna tell you this, a strange placement.
They took a big swing with that middle part.
They took a big swing,
and so I enjoyed. Just to get this out there, I enjoyed the entire episode. Right,
I did, yeah.
But they took a big swing coming off what Andor just did,
and considering how they started the season.
I don't know if I want to do the Andor thing. You can't do Andor like go get Tony Gilroy to do that.
Yeah.
And then you got to be ready. You got to be able to commit to it, right?
Yeah.
Like, are you really ready to commit? Because like the thing about what Andor did is they made 3 episodes. Mm-hmm. They made 3 episode arcs of that shit, right? They didn't make like singular and they didn't do like one-off episodes. They only did one-off episode.
That was it,
right? The one where he went to the beach, went to the Space Miami, Star Wars Miami,
Star Wars South Beach.
Yeah, that was the only one that didn't connect. I mean, I know he went back, but it was like that's how he got arrested. But that was the only one where that was the only thing, right? You had to commit to that. So it was a big swing to make that kind of episode. Make that a kind of episode, and the thing about what Andor did, because I think even with our conversation, right, there's different things about it. Like I'm seeing it a different way because what you said, right? Like, oh, okay, because I don't get me wrong, I was there, I was with it, I was like, what the fuck, like, but I had that Andor heartbeat, like, usually something,
you like waiting, like, oh man, wait, something about to drop, like, wait,
hey, man, then that music will start hitting in Andor, and it'd be like, even if ain't nothing happening. We could be looking with Andor. You could be looking at a door, but that should be like, dun, you be like, what? So it was like, I'm pardon all my French, man. I'm cursing a lot, but like, you watching that, but I forgot what I was about to say. But like, at the end of the day, like it was a big swing what they were trying to do, and even like going into like that. It was like basically in the same spot that what's his name? Serial was in when he was just doing that mindless work, right? And they had the doctor back there. I'm like, damn, Andor. Like, that was Andor. Okay, I get it because I seen Andor. I see him doing all this and he doing all that. But one thing that Andor did, and I don't want to be the Andor guy, like I'm not, I fucks with Mandalorian heavy. But like one thing that Andor did, even in those kind of things, you knew they laid it out for you, even though it was a very slow burn, but they kind of laid it out for you. Like I knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Like, I knew what they were doing. Like,
yeah,
I don't know other than like, I got to maybe 3 episodes from now, we'll really get to see.
We'll see the
baby girl, right? But like
the fallout from what she did.
What was that? What was that all about that they were doing? Like, what was the, other than just showing us, are they just showing us kind of seeing how the Empire, remnants of Empire,
did you
able to infiltrate?
Yeah.
And both maybe down the line seeing that the whole thing about demilitarization, like damn near like a Palpatine thing again. Like we gonna make y'all play yourself.
Yeah.
We gonna make y'all
one. That's where I get thrown in.
Clone
that's where I see the thrown.
Make you want to. We gonna make you know what we don't have an empire, so we don't need a military. We don't need to do this, and we don't need no X-wings. We don't need none of that.
Wow.
And then we see them play themselves, and that's what they were setting us up. Because I wasn't thinking that, like you kind of said that. Like I think it was just old girl getting her stripes, as opposed to like Pershing really just a pawn in this. He's not really a part of this season. He was just a pawn.
He was a pawn. They took him
in
out.
That.
Do you think at any point did you feel like she could really be when you like first or did you think that like, oh, she really has changed her ways, she's going to be a part of this season?
Oh, I felt like she was evil the entire time.
Okay, yeah, because I mean,
like the music. I feel like the music let me know, like when they cut to her.
Yeah, she gave it away like right away.
Yeah.
It was like okay, all right, she ain't up to no good. As soon as she started asking them to do things behind, basically let's do this behind their back. Let's, hey,
when he got the cookies.
Yeah, it was like, okay, that's her.
But it's like she was answering the questions even at the table, like they was something they were saying, and and then she'd be like looking down, and she'll just look up like yellow, and it was like,
yeah.
All
right, on the nose. Okay, yeah, we knew that old girl was, which I was cool with. I was happy. 100%. I was happy with that because I'm like, I don't want her to be. I'm like, come on, man, don't do this to her, because it would have took away her. It would have kind of just defeated. It would have made her what she did in season 2 because she was in season 2 a few times, it would have kind of just made that whole thing mute.
She was down there, Moff right hand, basically.
Yeah, she was,
from what we can tell,
she was a good character, and it's like had they brought her in and just made, oh no, she's a good guy now, and she never hurt anybody in the Empire. She just was following orders. I would have hated that. That just took away all her agency. So to bring her in here now in this role, I'm like, this is good, man. I like this character. This is a strong character. It's a good villain. I like her. I like the game she playing. You know what I mean? I like what she's doing. So I want to see more of her in this double agent role. But I think now when I'm thinking about it, I think they had to do the episode this way because there really isn't any connection here with Din Djarin, right? There was no way, unless they moved this episode further down into the season, there was really no way of like connecting Din Djarin to Pershing, and there would have been no reason for him to be in Coruscant.
Yeah.
Right? So it was like they just had to just take the episode and just literally drop it smack dab in the middle of one of the best.
I was still hoping that Dan was going to Coruscant.
Hell yeah. Especially with the
he had no reason to go to Coruscant.
Nah, man.
But when he said,
yeah, no reason.
Yo, I know somewhere we can go. I don't know what my mind didn't think about they was going to the covert. When they showed me Coruscant,
I knew he was going to the covert. I was like, they going to the covert.
I was just
the episode was called Covert. I'm like, okay, this is how to get there.
I thought it was called
what I didn't know is that we were going to end up in Coruscant.
I might have got it misspelled. Hold on.
They eating
Is it called the convert or covert?
Oh shit! You know it might be convert.
I thought it was the convert.
Yeah, I think it is the convert. I just
okay,
but I might have skimmed over it. Yeah.
With that being said, I don't know why. I don't know when they cut. Look, they just cut to it. They cut to it immediately. And you make another good point. Like it was. I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you this. And again, I was there with the entire episode. I do think for what they just did, I think you can tell they had a lot for Cara Dune to do this season. When they were planning it out, like when they was, because they didn't just go, they didn't wait till Luke showed up to say, you know what, we're gonna start getting season 3 together. Nah, it was already like they already getting ready for season 4.
Yeah, they had it, man.
And she was gonna be big part of it. They was gonna have a show. We probably would have got a show in between this.
Yeah.
So we would have got all this in the show.
And they not fired her, yeah.
Like we would have had a New Republic show probably before this Mandalorian season.
Yeah.
So like something like that, right? Something like that would have been part of the New Republic. So we might have a couple more of those things like this when we watching an episode like that. And because ultimately, like, what does this got to do? That's a good point. What does this have to do with Din?
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question.
Have to do with Din? What does any of this?
Does this have to do? Yeah, does this have to do anything with Din, or is this building, or is this world building the Mandalorian verse? Right? Is this more so about the larger conflict that's to come? Right? That where are we really just showing you what's problematic about the current New Republic? Is this more about that, or is this a connection to Grogu and Din Djarin? Because they just took out Pershing. Pershing knows about Grogu. You know, now he don't because memory.
They don't know nothing now.
But the girl, she know about Grogu. You know, so it's like, yeah, it could connect to Din Djarin, and they can use now. She can use the fact that she's amnestied to lure Grogu and Din Djarin back to Coruscant for some reason. But he's not like on the best terms with the New Republic, but he's also not on like bad terms with the New Republic. Bo-Katan probably is criminal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She probably outlawed everywhere, but yeah, that's a good question, man. Like, is there a connection here, or is this just the larger universe?
And that's probably why they showed us in the beginning. For whatever reason, Bo's situation got bombed. For whatever reason, they ran up on Bo and then. Yeah, they really ran up on Bo. That was the gauntlet. They ran up on the gauntlet. Then been flying around and then won. He been putting in work and then won.
The only people who died is droids, pretty much.
FedEx.
When they bombed that her castle out. So her castle gone, it's her homeland.
For them to bomb her castle. Yeah. So it might be a larger trap. And I don't want to get in that and get into, I do want to get into that. Don't get me wrong. I could do this all day. But like a setup happened and it was like this is really ultimately, that really was just a second storyline. Right. It's literally like how not literally, but like how Mandalorian had a whole other storyline that had nothing to do with the Boba Fett show.
That's exactly. That's what it felt like.
Like his storyline.
Like, oh, y'all did this again. Y'all did it, but it's kind of
that New Republic thing did not have anything to do. Probably had nothing to do with them. Like if it never happened, if it didn't happen, it didn't happen.
MCU type stuff, right? Where they just y'all selling us, y'all trying to get us ready for another show. It felt like,
yeah.
You're
using was the pilot.
Yeah, this was the pilot. That's what it felt like.
Because that's the thing about it. It was like, and don't get me wrong, I was watching it, I ain't hating, but like when you really look at it, like, okay, so I don't know how that has anything to do with Bo, Din, or Grogu. Like I feel like that's it. Like y'all still trying to get him for his. What y'all need Grogu for? Like,
yeah.
You ain't got no more of the Dark Troopers.
What did they need Grogu for?
What would y'all need Grogu for now?
He said he was trying to make organs. He was trying to make organs. What are you trying to
he was combining the best of. He was trying to get all kind of people. He was like, I could get, Kaminoans. The Kaminoans did. They took one person and made a whole army off of the one person.
Yeah,
they used Jango Fett. He was taking it where he get different parts of different people, different things that people have, and then make this new thing, right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna get midi-chlorians, then they was gonna have midi-chlorians, they was gonna have whatever from other people. So we don't even know that. But then all the things he had in that one episode, all them shits was dead. Like, it's like everything they had was dependent on those midi-chlorians. Remember when in that one episode, the siege, and like the one you had on the trash list? I'm playing. But they were all in there. It was like those clones. That one where Gil dude steaming out.
I'm drawing out here, boss.
Yeah. 400 more years. So when they were doing that, all of them had died. Right, everybody in there was dead. Like the whole thing was based on midi-chlorians, right?
Yeah, you hope that it's not Snoke. Yeah, it's like, please
hope that. That's part of me that some of the stuff that's happened is making me. But they're not doing. They're not gonna do what we want them to do.
They're not, man. They're not.
Really,
all that stuff we talked about, they're not.
Because even with this whole New Republic thing, right? Like they really walking down like the books had it, and they doing this so that we can get to the point where the like only thing that throws me off is the whole midi-chlorian thing, and it's like, hey man, Palpatine only 2 there are. he don't need 1,000 people running around here with force abilities, right? Only 2 there are, but
that's the point.
But yeah, that's what it's. We'll see, but it felt like it was because it don't really make sense. Again, enjoyed the episode, but when you look at it narratively, it don't really, that part don't really got nothing, because Bo and Din had no dealings with the New Republic.
Nah, it was like more.
They just been doing their thing. They having a religious experience, right? They doing all this. Yeah. They got somebody. They got. Is Bo a believer now, or she just like, what is Bo got going on? And like, the whole, like, because that was a loop thrower, right? Like, okay, I felt like it was gonna still be some more conflict. Like, one thing I thought, I was like, oh damn, especially when the Bo in the armor, it's about to go down. Like, there's no way they can be civil. I mean, even the shit the armorer done said about Bo. She lost her way. She said she lost her way, and then we lost Mandalore.
Yeah, that's huge. She kind of blamed her for the plight of Mandalore.
Yeah. She was gifted the saber. Right. She lost her way. We lost Mandalore. Right.
Then, now
and Bo be getting her ass kicked. Like Bo get busy, but like literally, like when you look at it overall,
she took some
Mandalore, they got bombed. You lost the saber the month. They gave it to you, but you lost it to him, and then they just bombed your crib. Your whole team left.
Yeah. I mean, they turned on her. She done had bad luck, man. You know what I mean? She done had bad luck since she took that saber, and now for her to be redeemed and officially become a Mandalorian again, it's like, damn. You know what I mean? It's
Saber killed her sister.
Saber killed, yes.
Saber really ain't been good luck for her.
Nah, Saber cursed her. You know, there's been a curse ever since she got it. So, you know, but I think that's a huge point for them. Point of emphasis for the armor and the like when they found out she had purified herself in the waters, they immediately kind of just like their whole demeanor changed. The covert demeanors changed. Like, okay, all right, you one of us now. And again, bro, we talked about it, bro. These Mandalorians can switch like it's nothing. You know what I mean? If you on their side, boom, they gonna fight. They ain't gonna blink an eye before they fighting. They killing for you. If you against them, they gonna fight. They gonna.
I said you can easily see how they can be either way. Like they finicky, right? They can flip at any time. Like I'm with you until I'm not.
I got,
and then I can be back with you.
I got a prediction though. I got a
prediction.
I got a theory. Call it theory prediction. I think the armor is taking her helmet off eventually. I don't see that. I think it's too early for them to say, because we know Bo-Katan is. We know we're gonna see Katie Sackhoff's face again, right?
Facts.
She's not gonna become Din Djarin, where she just never take. She's not gonna become Din Djarin, Mandalorian from season 1, and never take her helmet off again. The character is too important to the character for us to see that face with that red hair, unless we're gonna lose Bo-Katan. She's gonna take her helmet off again. And I think all the Mandalorians. I know. I don't want to jump too far.
Well, these the only ones that keep it on.
Yeah, I think they all.
I just been watching some Clone Wars again. No one keeps their helmet on.
I think they're gonna have. I think we're gonna see an epiphany here at some point in the season. And remember, we think things are farther off than they really are. Things are coming up fast. This whole we basically kind of predicted this episode, like that. Hey, this is about bringing these two sides together, and maybe this is gonna help Bo transition. You know what I mean? Like we kind of hinted towards that on our last discussion. Here we see right away that now she's a part of she's joined their covert. So all right, she's in there. I don't think that can last where she's gonna be just walking around with her helmet on all the time. I think it'll last a few episodes, but I think eventually all of them take their helmet off, including Paz. Including the armor.
I need to watch the last.
I think they changed. They become new Mandalorians.
I need to watch the last episode again because I'm trying to remember when all the feel good moments have. I felt like there was a scene with Paz still making a face. He probably didn't. I may be thinking about when Mando showed up with the Stark saber and they cut the Paz. And he just looking with the stank face on, like
yeah.
Almost got that. Like you knew something was about to happen because the way he looked.
Family heirloom and shit. Yeah.
Run that. So it was like
shield.
Yeah. So I was wondering. He had the Sabine joint. So I'm wondering. It's always gonna. I mean, I know it's not the Sabine joint, but for me, it's the Sabine joint. Right?
I think Bo got one too, right?
Bo got one. It's she got the Sabine joint. They probably did it in the Clone Wars. I can't remember. But I watched Rebels first.
So Mando's got some weapons. You know who I want to see again? Remember the Mandos who had like I think it was more than one. Remember the ones who when Maul was running the show and you had the ones with the horn sticking out. Did we see those yet again? Because the armor kind of got that. But you know what I'm talking about? Where they kind of look like
kind of got that. I know what you're talking about.
She
was running with when he took over Mandalore. Did he have the what's my guy who ended up taking over? He was the man, and he ended up taking over, took Bo's spot. God dang it, I can't remember his name. He was in Rebels, but he was in I think that was his squad. Guy who ultimately took over. Like he was put in charge of Mandalore when Bo didn't want to run with them. But I think that's who he ran with at the end with Maul because he was knocking off Death Watch.
Yeah,
he wiped them out.
I want to see that again. I want to see that guy. But yeah, the armor kind of got that armor already.
Saxton, guards.
I'm about to cheat. Hold on.
Is it the Saxtons? Because I think Gar Saxton was the one who was put in charge, and then she showed up in Rebels too. Maul was really running Mandalore.
Yeah, when he took out old boy, man, it was like, damn. Yeah, Gar Saxton. Yep, that's him, bro. Bro.
Hey, shout out to me for catching that one. I feel like
that's a good catch.
I feel like you're one of them, man. I'm Star Wars explained right now.
Man, yeah, they had the armor, bro. They had the Shadow Collective. Or
is that who was the Shadow Collective?
I think so. Yeah, Gar Saxton, man. Yeah, that's something you don't really like. Yeah. I like that armor. Yeah, he's a little bit older though. He might not be alive. It's the Clone War.
There's always somebody taking over.
Yeah, he was, Rebels.
He was in Rebels though.
He was older in Rebels though, honey.
He was older in Rebels.
He might be a little older.
No, I'm lying. I don't think he was in there. I think it was his brother that was in there. I think it was his brother. And then they tried to turn on the Duchess machine so they can wipe out more because they were they were supporting. They were basically ran by the Empire.
I think he was in Rebels though. Yeah, he was in Rebels. He was old in Rebels. Yeah, but he had like gray hair.
Yeah.
He was in there. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a whole Mandalore arc.
Yeah.
So I think the end of the season,
he might come back.
Episodes, season 3.
Because remember, Bo like 50. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
Bo up there, bro. Like,
yeah, they sneaky not telling us her age.
Yeah, Bo got to be up there. But damn.
Yeah, man.
I want to see old Saxon again, man.
Yeah, it's like, and even with that episode, I know we said this last time. Like, even with that episode, like I have no idea where, because they did everything that you thought the season was going to be about.
Right. I feel like we've seen the trailer, bro. Like what's left? What's left in the trailer? Really? Like, seriously.
I rewatched season 2 trailer. I think it was either earlier today or yesterday. And it was literally like, now mind you, season 2 is Mount Rushmore of seasons of TV, of anything. It's other stuff that's been great. Don't get me wrong, but season 2 of Mandalore belongs there. Whatever else had a great season,
the most entertaining TV you can watch.
Yeah. So it can't compete. Nothing probably. They could do 7 more seasons. They can't compete with that. What I am saying is, season 2 trailer. When you watch the trailer, it was like the first 3 episodes.
Wow.
It was like the first 3. And you knew that at that time that Rosario Dawson was hired to be, she was casted to be Ahsoka, but that wasn't in the trailer.
I saw a nasty leak today too about that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I ain't gonna say nothing. If you ain't recognize what I just said, and just leave it at that.
I ain't catch that.
But
I've been in hardware mode all day.
Yeah.
But the season 2 trailer, I think we got the Frog Lady episode with all, when they was going in the ice. We got some of Tatooine, right? I think after like episode 3, I think we saw the boats in Star Wars. We saw that from before Bo-Katan showed up.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's true.
So you gotta think we didn't even see Bo-Katan and none of that.
We didn't see that entire planet. We didn't see even a hint of that.
We just saw him on the boat.
We didn't see him fight. Her fighting. Yeah, we didn't see none of that. We didn't see
none of that.
Grogu on the mountain, meditating
and
making contact with Luke. We didn't see none of that. So you're right, man. This could be we in for something. I mean, shit. What we see next week, we have not. I don't think we've seen any of that. I think next week is going to be
the only other thing I know they did in one of the episodes in the trailer, I mean, was where the pilot dude was like, the things happening on here and nobody's paying attention kind of deal. I thought we was going to see that in this because we was on course side and he part of the New Republic pilot. But that about it. But it's like, there was nothing. That's the only thing. Everything else we done seen already. And I just heard, I think I saw yesterday that, we halfway through, right? And I think I'm lying. The Bad Batch like that. The Bad Batch finale is a 2-part finale because Bad Batch only got 4 episodes left.
We on 13?
I thought we was on
14. Yeah,
13.
Okay.
We might be on 13. Whatever it is it's a 2-part finale. It's a 2-part finale. Right. So that's what I don't know why I thought Mando. I was like Mando. I think Mando 2 episodes is a 2-part, but they're not gonna do that. It's gonna be, but yeah, we already halfway through. And like I said, we got the I don't even know. Like I said, we already got to the Maz Mandalore. Bo's a thing.
Yeah, we done with man. Like we wrapped that up. That's crazy. Like again, think of it like a video game, man. We got a main objective done, right? So now we got that main objective done, and that was to bathe in the waters of Mandalore. Now we find out. So now we got to find out our next objective.
Yeah,
we thought that objective was going to take a long time to get to. That's over. So now, like Jedi Fallen Order,
I was just about to say,
when you're done with the planet, now you're like,
I was good. You're like, oh, a new thing was added to the Holo map, and it's like,
you're like, damn, you need to go back to this planet now.
You know how tough it is.
That's literally how this show is written, bro. The whole idea of them going back to a planet that they already been to. First, think about it. He went to Mandalore. Grogu went back to the planet where Bo-Katan was. They went back to Mandalore. Then they went back to the planet where Bo-Katan was. Then now they back to where the covert is. It's like, bro, I know fast travel when I see it, fam. I know fast travel when I see it. That's fast travel, dog. That's how fast travel works in a game. You just like, oh yeah, I'm just going. I ain't about to fly the entire way. I'm about to just hit the fast travel. What a map. Yeah, pull up the map. Go there. Loading screen, and then I'm there. That's what this is. The way they traveling, bro. It's fast travel, bro.
It's like, hey man, sit down in your seat, buckle up. We about to. They have a little conversation. Next thing you know, I'm back on Dorthamir.
Exactly.
Damn, I done fought the Night Sisters like 7 times. Like I gotta do this again.
I ain't about to do this again.
Oh, I gotta fight the former Jedi guy now.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no, I done unlocked a new part of the map now. Okay.
Okay. I couldn't go. I was there and he talked to me, but I left and okay.
Shout out to Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fallen Order, man. A classic, bro. A classic.
Yeah, they got that one right. Right.
And I'm a avid Star Wars. Like I got problems with Star Wars games, but that one, man. Yeah, I like that one.
What's the Old Republic games? Those are PC games, right?
Yeah, like they were on PC, but they were on like Xbox too. They just never was on PlayStation. Yeah, those are like Microsoft. Yeah, those are dope though.
Yeah, I was watching somebody doing I was watching a play along. It was Star Wars Old Republic, Star Wars SW, OTR, Star Wars the old
that's like
SW,
a rogue
TOR.
Yeah, that's like a Star Wars the Old Republic is it's like an MMO. It's like an online game, like what do they call it? MMO RPG. So it's like a bunch of people playing it. But KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 are like classic games, man. Classic games that take place in the Old Republic. And it's like some of the best writing ever. You know what I mean? The first one was dope, man. That's where you get Revan and
Okay.
Yeah. They're trying to make that canon though, but yeah. They were supposed to do a remake,
and that's been coming up a lot lately too.
Yeah.
Like you just, I don't know why this is, or whatever it might be. I'm saying it's coming up a lot. The algorithm got my timeline showing me a lot of Revit, and it's like, I feel like it's in the air now, but it's probably just the algorithm because I done did some random search. The algorithm got me.